Everybody, I am that video game reviewer, and a new series. This is episode 1, and just for today, we are just gonna talk about video game series, and we're gonna try to see about the hits and the misses about these series. So I'm gonna start off with Resident Evil. It's one of my personal favorite series. The series is good, don't get me wrong, but there's also a few entries in this series that's utter trash. Resident Evil 1, 2, 3 were amazing. It could do no wrong. It was an amazing series. Code Veronica was great. The thing that makes these titles great is because the zombies and the G-drivers. Now, there's a lot more in there. There's Zero, which was good. There was 4, 5, and 6, but those were utter trash. They had nothing to do with zombies. They just sticked in the same stupid characters that everyone hates. Stupid Leon, stupid Chris. It's like Leon and Chris show. 4 was Leon, 5 was Chris. 6 was Leon and Chris. Ugh, dreadful. The action-oriented part of the series was trash. It's not an action series. It's a survival horror. And that's when Capcom took a step in the right direction in 7, but still no zombies. Thank goodness Resident Evil 2 Remake is coming. Oh, let's not forget 7 has Chris in it. Try not to be like Spoonie and explode all over you on the first episode, but come on. Quit sticking Leon and Chris down our throats already. There's Jill, there's Barry, there's Rebecca. It's been a long time since, well, not really, Resident Evil, those ports for the Nintendo Wii U, Nintendo Switch came out. Can't remember what the hell they're called, but I beat them both. But anyway, Claire makes an appearance in one of them with Barry Burton's daughter, which was great. But again, no zombies. Capcom, you need to go back to your roots. Zombies is where you made your money, and zombies is where you'll make your money again. Alright, let's switch it up. Final Fantasy. Well, since 1 through 5 were on a Nintendo, or 1 through 6 were on Nintendo, or something like that, we can't really talk about those, but 7 through 15 we could definitely talk about. So, 7 is arguably the greatest Final Fantasy game in history. Some could even argue 7 is the greatest RPG of all time. which honestly, well, can't really debate that. It's amazing. But the one flaw with Cloud is overpowered. Like, come on, cut Sephiroth a break. Like, Sephiroth has way more fans than Cloud ever will. It's really annoying. Yeah. And 8. Let's not. 8 is bad. Final Fantasy 8 is really, really, really bad. Grinding for elements for 100 plus hours? Yeah, no thank you. Final Fantasy 9 actually has an interesting glitch that you can farm infinite money on and basically get the best gear in the game. Now, Final Fantasy X and X-2, where the Final Fantasy series starts getting good again. Except they made Cloud sound like a little bitch. The story is really good on 10 and 10-2. I can't lie. It's like a masterpiece. Probably the better titles in the series. 8 and 9. 8 was atrocious. 9 was a step in the right direction. But 10 and 10-2 is like, yeah, it's the worst in the series. 12. Oh my god. I don't know. I got really nothing to say about 12. 13, 2. But 13-2 is actually really good. 13-2 storytelling is good. The time travel mechanic is something I really like. Lightning's Return is just, I don't know. It's like she's frozen in crystal for how long? Say, yeah, come on, bro. Anyway, we're gonna skip 14 because another bad entry. Well, then again, they took like a year and re-amped it up, and now it's like one of the best in the series. But I personally think 15 was a huge step in the right direction. Final Fantasy 15 is by far probably the second best in the series since 7. The storytelling's amazing, the characters are relatable, like, there's so much to do. And when you beat the final boss, there's even an end game after that. There's new dungeons after that, and oh yeah. It's like what gamers dream of, you know what I mean? And when we get back, we'll touch base on Metal Gear Solid. I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. Metal Now, Metal Gear Solid actually got its start as Metal Gear back in the late 80s, early 90s. But we're not going to talk about those two games, no. We're going to talk about Metal Gear Solid, where the story was great. We saw a character named Solid Snake, who was a genetically engineered soldier after his father. And the best thing is, he ends up going up against his brother, so-called twin brother. The group that they're facing is called Foxhound, the same unit that Snake was a part of.
Oh, someone else finally has a mic now.
Oh, I could actually hear somebody. Hello there.
I know, no one uses the mic.
So,
no one uses the mic in this game.
No, nobody uses the mic in this game.
I don't know why. Makes stuff much more entertaining.
Anyway, YouTubers, Metal Gear Solid franchise is broken up into 7 games in total. There's Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 2 Vita ports. What else could we talk about? Guess we should give a little love to the game that you're watching. This is called the Monster Hunter World. Apparently there's actually been a few games. So, you are a hunter, and your job is to either capture or slay giant monsters. In my opinion, I don't know. There's not really any story to this game. And it's kind of just, just sort of a hack and slash game where you go after almost the same monster every single time. And you do the exact same thing every single time. You either kill the monster or you capture the monster. It's... honestly, it's not really a great game. I don't understand why it has such a huge following. I honestly do not see the reason for it. I guess I should mention that you can carve monsters, and the carvings could turn into armor pieces that you can make armor from their flesh. Where I'm going right now is an arena. honestly, I don't really have anything good to say about this game. It's okay, I guess. Me myself, I'm a perfectionist, so if I start a game, I have to try to beat it. Which is my folly. I honestly find this game very boring. There's not really much to do in here. I just took one hit and I'm like almost dead. And I'm supposed to have high rank armor, so I don't know. Another game that's really repetitive and just boring with nothing to do is Friday the 13th. And that's another classic game that's just really bad. It's just nothing to do. I honestly think game companies need to do better with their games. The repetitiveness in games these days is just really bad. It's like, let's talk about a few games that are repetitive, okay? So there's Monster Hunter, there's Friday the 13th, and there's Destiny. Like, really? Compare these three different games. One is a hunter game, a hack and slash. The second is a survival horror, where you get to play as either a camp counselor or Jason Voorhees, and all you do is just try to kill the counselors. And the counselor's job is just try to escape. And then the third game is just a generic shooter. Just like shitty Call of Duty. It's really, honestly, hello Patrick Ewing. How are you doing today? And in these three games I've described, all three games get stale really fast, doing the same thing over and over and over and over. You know what I mean? Like, let's break down all three games. Monster Hunter. So, all we're doing is killing or capturing a monster every single time. Now, there are people out there like, well, you can craft weapons or craft armor, or if you want to add me, you can add me. Carnage69204. Anyway, there are a couple of things you can do, like deliveries, investigations, or bounties, but again, it's much more of the same. Capture bird, kill elder dragon, gather mushrooms. But the main focus of this game is basically killing or capturing monsters, and that gets repetitive real fast. They really needed more to do in this game. than just that. Now let's go to Destiny at second. Like really. It's basically like any other shooter. Let's give Destiny a little love. Destiny 2 story was a lot better than Destiny 1 story. But the problem with Destiny 2 is it has no end game. And once you've done the story, you're stuck being repetitive, doing the same stupid milestones every single week just to get to 335. Let's be honest. Most people should have been at 335 long ago. And they're sitting all the way to April just to get to the next content update, which is DLC 2. Like, oh my god, like really? It's February. We had Curse of Osiris in December, okay? For 10 weeks, Curse of Osiris has been out, and let's be honest, all the tryhards are already at 335, and all the tryhards are really this, like, you know, ruin the game for casual players. Like the Trials of the Nine, filled with tryhards, filled. Like Bungie, you need to have a Trials of Osiris for regular casual players and a Trials of Osiris for tryhards. And to do that for the casual AD higher than like what 2, let's just say. And well, for tryhards 2.0 KD or higher can be in a tryhard to 1. Like, tryhards really ruin the game for casual players. It's really, really dumb. Now, let's get to Friday the 13th. Hello. Now, nostalgic horror. Now, horror. I see.
Mine's an old one. It's the one that came out before.
Oh, you're talking about the Slim.
Mine's actually not the Slim.
Oh, you're talking about the PS4 Fat Boy? Okay.
I've got the Drake edition. Not the... It was the black one that came with the Uncharted game.
Yeah. My friend has that.
It exalts a corruption within the human mind. They lack any fire. Give me a minute. Sorry. But
yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
That's just me.
It's fine.
I'm a platform RPG nut. I also play platform games. By the way, here in like another 14 hours, maybe less. I'll be playing the reworked version of Secret of Mana. Thank you, Square Enix. Thank you.
All right.
I love it.
Anyway.
I know where you're coming from. Destiny 2. There's no fire to it. You got elitists on there.
Yeah, you hear them.
Elitists on there.
That's what I was just saying to the YouTubers. It's like, how are casual players supposed to even play Trials if all there is elitists playing? Like, you need to separate the tryhard / elitists that have their own trials, and players like you and me who maybe can rack up maybe a 2.0 if lucky, and let them play. They need to do a better job separating the elitists from the casuals.
Yeah, I've been getting Monster Hunter. Here's the portion.
Like,
I'm going to reveal to why I'm called game. I'll be 40 as much.
well,
I've played too many damn videos. Literally, my brain's permeated.
I remember when the Game Boy came out. It was okay for a handheld at the time.
Okay. You better thank Gunpei Yokoi, which has been in the grave for over 10 years. For if he did not come up and invented the Game Boy, you would not have an iPhone or an iPad to which people ignore you with.
I don't care about iPhones or iPads.
Yeah. It develops a lack of response, laziness, no accountability. I'm going for something.
Well, while he's thinking about that, the reason why I really just can't get into the Monster Hunter game is it's just too repetitive for me. Why the hell should I spend, let's see, what is it, 108 hours doing the same fucking thing over and over and over again?
Because people ain't got no fire. Here's my solution. Get off the iPad, mingle with people, show them you care, and quit being a two-faced, spineless jerk. You as somebody else in general, not you. But people in general. People don't want to cure the human condition. Everybody's selfish. Get some fucking. Excuse me. Get some fucking alligator hide to resist this shit. I mean, sorry. Hate speech. You fucking hate speech. Give me a freaking break. People have this sloppy, uninterested level of no interest to actually engage with people. They live in fear of change. That's the sad part. We're figuring out how people run shit today. Yeah. I've been at this game for a little over 2 weeks. And being left out in the cold is no longer an option!
Okay.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, my apologies. I live, breathe, eat, sleep, piss, fart, shit, whatever you can come up with in that description. Video games, literally. I've been on disability. Yeah. And we like being left out in the cold, not to mention being jerked around by people on the game. Don't get us started. Right?
Well, being jerked around is just a way of life now.
That's just it. When people omit that particular statement right there,
if I have to be brutally honest with human society now, basically, things went out of control when it was a law that you couldn't spank your kid. That's when things went bad.
That's because you got people in power who don't care for authority.
There are 10 times more gangbangers on the street than there was back in the 80s or 70s or even early 90s, because there's still a discipline system. Now it's basically too late. Anyway, if I can ever get back to my thing here, Friday the 13th. Honestly, if I have to be brutally honest, the movies were okay. They weren't great. They were a generic killer kills counselors, and he finally gets bite the dust at the end, which is kind of annoying. Because I'm the type of guy who likes to watch a movie, and once in a while, I would like to see the bad guy win at the end. You just don't get enough of those movies.
Well, then you're inspiring people that doing the wrong things right.
You have a point, but you can always make a sequel where the good guy's son finally takes down the bad guy who won at the end of the first movie. Let's take for instance, let's go with Scarface. That was a really good bad guy movie. The bad guy was winning almost all the time. He raked in millions.
The sad part, the moral of that story is you can live your life and try to make something out of it when you got nothing left in your life but death and destruction.
That is true. The thing
it shows the condition of the human heart. People keep expecting.
If I was...
I don't watch movies, though. Well, then again, I watch too much anime.
Anime's pretty good.
I've got enough reality in my brain. I only need to watch TV because I don't have cable.
Anyway, if I were to change one piece to that story, I wouldn't have turned Scarface into an obsessed drug addict at the end. He would have made a lot more money if he wasn't using his own product. But anyway, I was actually pretty psyched that they were making a Friday the 13th game until I got my hands on it. And I got to admit, it is pretty garbage. Like, the repetitiveness to games nowadays is just really different than 20 years ago.
No consistency is what you got. No consistency. Always competition. Every game craft, game artist, this terrestrial ball always has maintain a form of competition and difference in taste.
Yeah, I guess.
That's the way the human race is.
But in all honesty, there really isn't much competition for Friday the 13th on the killing counselors type of game. Like, I guess you can say Dead by Daylight is like its own competition. Like, if I had to name a game that has a lot of competition, I would have to go with shitty ass Call of Duty. They got Battle to contend with. They have, like, they gotta compete against the Battlefield, Medal of Honor, and I know that Tom Clancy, I believe. But that's no excuse to come up with the same goddamn game every goddamn year. It's really annoying. Like, really? Why make a Call of Duty game when it's just gonna be the same stupid multiplayer doing the same stupid thing over and over and over again? It's like, why can't you make a Call of Duty game that maybe, instead of doing multi-PvP, do multiplayer something else? Make Call of Duty, have like its own multiplayer campaign, or maybe even an online multiplayer campaign type thing, like sort of like Grand Theft Auto. Like, Grand Theft Auto used to be a really stale, boring game until 5 came out. Grand Theft Auto 5 kind of revolutionized the Grand Theft Auto series. but now they got out of online and it's bad. Like, I don't even touch GTA Online because it's so boring. I can't stand Grand Theft Auto Online. It's just so bad. I just don't understand why Grand Theft Auto 5 was so good, but the online is just so bad. Got retarded people just killing people for no damn reason. There really isn't any storyline to online either. What's the point? Like the heists were good. But you know, heists get repetitive if you could do them too many times. What I'm looking for nowadays is a game that might pique my interest, might keep me in the series long enough to enjoy. Like Final Fantasy 15 was the last game that actually kept me involved for a long period of time. I played Resident Evil 7, but you know, that one didn't take long to beat. And then I beat it on the different game modes. Madhouse was particularly difficult, but you know, I got it done. Like, I'm looking at all the games that I actually own right now. It's like Final Fantasy 12, and I thought maybe I bought it because I was actually good at it on the PS2, but it's like, no, not good at all. Destiny, the most repetitive game I ever put my hands on. It's like, oh my god. Like, the 400 took me forever. Just grinding the same shit over and over and over. The same crap each and every week. Sort of like this game. 108 hours or so in. Each game that I've mentioned, the graphics are always top damn notch. I love it. The storylines are good. Well, this one's not really great. All this thing had for a story was Zora Mandaros this, Zora Mandaros that. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's more than just him, but whatever. I don't know. I'm just maybe I'm a little bitter. I can't find a game that I can sink my teeth into and just enjoy. Oh. That could be it. That could be it. Like, if I had to be honest, the last game I sunk my teeth into and enjoyed for a little while was Final Fantasy 15. And then before that was Resident Evil 1 the remake. I really enjoyed those. Another game that I really love I love the entire series of is Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is really great. It's just I live in a place where it costs $80 to buy a game, and it's like, you know, it's like, is it really worth $80 to buy this or $80 to buy that? For me, I just don't know anymore. I don't really feel like paying $80 goddamn dollars for a freaking game anymore. Like, I look in the PlayStation Store, I can tell you some of the games that look interesting. Who knows? Are they? Let's see. Let's go to games. Let's go to the pre-orders. Oh look, another Devil May Cry collection. Can you please stop with these shitty Devil May Cry games? Like, God. Like, Devil May Cry used to be good. I don't know if they are anymore. Oh my God, I'm looking at Surviving Mars and the graphics just look bad. Let's take a look at the details. Is there any good details? Surviving Mars. Oh, there's just challenges. What? Build a sustainable colony. Colonize a hostile world. Challenges you to build carefully. Can't stand. This is a PS4. There should be no bad graphical games. Like, come on. A Way Out. Let's take a look at this. A Way Out is $40. That's not too bad. You get to play a role of one of two prisoners making their daring escape from prison. They need to make more prison games, I think. They need to make like prison escape games. And make good ones too. This one's graphics doesn't look too bad. The only problem is they don't. That's. Oh, look at that. Just doesn't look too bad. Anyway, I don't own any of the music or content on my YouTube channel. All rights reserved to the people who created the music and whatnot. We're not even going to talk about Metal Gear Survive. No, not going to touch that piece of trash. Vampire is an 80 game. Comes out June 30th. You play as a vampire doctor. In 1980, you're a newly turned vampire doctor, Jonathan Reed. As a doctor, you want to cure to save the city's flu-ravaged citizens. As a vampire, you are cursed to feed on those you vow to heal. Will you embrace the monster within, survive, and fight against vampire hunters? Like, what if I don't want to be a vampire? What if I want to be just a doctor? Like, it just seems like this game could be good, but at the same time, it's like, you know, it also seems like you might be forced to fight even if you don't want to. It's like they really need to make games where you actually get to choose what to do. Like, if I don't want to fight, I shouldn't have to fight. They need to make a game, make it more of a game with real life choices. Like, if you're gonna make a vampire doctor game, make it where, you know, you can be discreet. You can still suck the blood out of people and still maintain your cover without vampire hunters. Knowing that you are the person doing it. You know what I mean? Okay, God of War, another $79.99 game, comes out in April. Apparently Kratos is old now, even though he's the God of War, which means he shouldn't need to age. And he has another son, of course, right? I hate this stupid I don't know. I'm thinking of giving up on these stupid games, like, seriously. If he really killed Zeus, there's really no reason to go after the Norse gods. He should be technically done with the series. How the hell does Kratos have a son? Like, God of War really does not explain nothing. I don't know, maybe I'll just... Maybe I've just been gaming for so long that just nothing appeals to me no more. I guess that could technically be it. Alright, I guess what we could talk about is games coming out in the future that I could look forward to. Possibly. Well, there's Resident Evil 2. I guess that could possibly be worth playing. If they remake it as good as the first one, I'll probably definitely buy it. Kingdom Hearts 3 could possibly be worth it. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to wait, hope, and see. There's a high possibility that Kingdom Hearts 3 may blow the roof off of everything. So could Resident Evil 2's remake if they ever decide to pop it out. It's been 3 years, like, come on. If you're gonna develop a game for 3 years, it better not have no bugs. None. Like, Ghost Recon was pretty amazing. Ghost Recon sort of reminds me of SOCOM. They need to bring back SOCOM with its original playthrough. Like, you could order your team to breach a house, sweep and clear type thing. They need to make that type of game again, like SWAT for the PC. That would be great on the PS4. Like, I could play a SWAT type based game where you're going to a house to breach and clear. Don't know if there's hostages or anything like that. That could be fun to play. Why isn't my PS button working? There we go. Someone just died. Alright, if you think I should review a game, let me know and I'll see if I can get it so I can review it. If I can't get it, I'll just review one of the games I already own. My feet. It's like, do you not understand that flashbang does not work on him? Like, you just used 3 and he's still flying in the air. Anyway, I guess that is it for today.